guys, Dr. Shannon Irvine here. In my garden today. Was just taking a break from some creative work and wanted to talk a lot about something that's been on my mind a lot, and I haven't shared it with my tribe very much, and that is this idea of self-leadership and what it had to do with me in terms of growing my business over the last 2 years. So this is a brain break, kind of on the go, and talk about the idea of self-leadership. This is something that I had to put on hyperdrive when I brought my business into the online space. And I would say it has about 100% to do with any success that I've had online. And I'm somebody who helps entrepreneurs with training their brain, using neuroscience to really hack your brain, to get in there and remove those limiting beliefs, remove the things that have been holding you back, rewrite, rewire, and to build a success neural pathway in your brain so you can actually finally start leaning into that version of yourself that you know you're meant to be. So this is something I spend time with myself doing with my clients and with myself. I'm always in a mode of growth, of improving, of doing better. But the concept of self-leadership is something that I really stepped into when I brought my business online. And it was just surrounding, it's kind of a twofold. It's making sure that I'm governing and leading myself in a way that will bring me to the highest and best version of myself. And the only way that I know in terms of your brain in order to do that is to be able to have a mirror image to be able to reflect against. And what I mean by that is I did two things to start to really hone in my self-leadership. One of them was I got mentors, and mentors who were where I wanted to bring my business. So important. You guys have heard me talk about my mentors here. James Wedmore and Pat Flynn have created in me a level of self-leadership that I did not have prior to working with either one of them. It's really like just staying in integrity to your word and putting your word out there. See, this is what a lot of us do as entrepreneurs. We have these visions, we have these ideas, we start talking about them internally, right? Write them down, we do our goals, but we never not often do we put it out there for other people to look at, filter through, and help us become bigger and better versions of who we really are. The idea of self-leadership is literally, in a simplest way, putting yourself out there to be held accountable to your word. Now, it's interesting because I've always been a high performer, high achiever, high goals, kept going for higher and bigger and better versions of myself and goals. But something magical happens when you no longer advocate for any excuses that you might have. In other words, you really lean hard into that really big vision, like the one you're not telling anybody because it seems almost a little bit crazy, but yet you think about it and you want it. And here's the thing, mentors in my life have helped me to not just affirm that it's possible, but also to hold me accountable to the kind of person I need to be for it to be possible. And that is where this idea of self-leadership or self-governance, we hear leadership a lot thrown around in terms of us as visionaries and business owners leading others. But here's the thing, y'all. You cannot lead others if you do not lead yourself. There's a piece of that you will never, ever really be able to get people behind you if you are not leading you, if you are not in integrity to your word. And it's interesting because integrity has this kind of twofold thing where the first layer of it is just being in integrity to your word, right? So what you say you're going to do, you're going to do. If you say you're going to go live, you go live. If you say you're going to help a person, you help a person. If you say you're going to be somewhere, be in that place. If you say you're going to make a phone call, make that phone call. every little time that you don't do that, you're not advocating for your highest version of yourself, because the person that has those big visions and big dreams and gets them, they are their word. And so then it goes to the next level, and that is just putting out that big, scary, hyper goal that you're like, okay, and you guys, I'm just transparent with you guys. For me, this year's big goal is to reach 1 million entrepreneurs, helping them train their brain to transform their business and transform other people's lives in the process. But I have an even bigger goal. And that goal is to be able to do that across the globe and be able to get on Oprah's program, because I believe so passionately that there are so many people in the world, of course, but entrepreneurs specifically, that are being held up from this amazingness that they are because of the limitations that are holding them back. And it doesn't need to be that way. So scary. Like, this is stuff that I have been talking to my mentors about for the last couple years. And I keep raising the bar, and they hold space for that, right? They hold space for that. You know, the rest of my life in my surroundings, I don't live around entrepreneurs 24/7. So, you know, I'm not telling your average person, hey, I want to help 1 million entrepreneurs and I'd like to be on Oprah because I really want to change the world. You know, most people don't think that way, but you do. You do. I know you do, because you're going out there and you're fixing problems for people that need what you have. You're making and taking those risks and putting yourself out there, even though you're afraid. All of those things are why you're an entrepreneur. But to go back to the topic that I posted about this, you know, what does growing your business have to do with self-leadership? So the first thing it has to do with self-leadership is the idea that I started with, which is, if you aren't transformed, you cannot transform people. So transform people, right? So if you're not leading yourself, if you're not being in 100% integrity to your word and also to your vision, then expecting others that work for you to fill that gap just does not work, because they know that you aren't your word, and therefore they aren't rising up to be their word. Does that make sense? So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is, when you're going to put out that thing that you sell or that your company's about, and if you aren't in a place of self-leadership where you believe in the value that you bring to the world, not you, like, I don't think Shannon has all this value. I think what I'm able to take people through has the value. That's separate from me. I'm just like the conduit, you know, the person that's got the message, and so are you. Like, it's bigger than you. It's about them. It's about your tribe. It's about your people. It's about their transformation and making their life better. It is not about me or you. It's about them. And if you're putting your products and services out there and you are not in a place where your belief about your solution is so 100% that you think that people not having that solution is making their life hard, it's making their life not the way it should be, it's harming them in a way, because they aren't really stepping into the best version of themselves, they're going to sense that, and that self-leadership will, they won't be confident because you're not confident. They're going to believe, they're going to rise up, they're going to buy to the level that you believe. And we think it's backwards. We think as soon as I have enough sales and my business grows, that will be validation that my solution makes sense. But that is the self-leadership fallacy that we have backwards. The belief has to happen on your part in the self-governance, self-leadership side of things. That has to happen first before it can be transferred. Just like leadership has to happen for yourself first before you can transfer it to your team. Well, belief in your solution, your product, your company has to come through you to that client, or to that potential client or that potential business. And if you aren't fully in the place where you believe so much that it is to your clients, your future clients' detriment that they don't buy from you, then you're always going to be asking for the sale versus giving them what they need so that they make that decision, that best decision for them. Because the reality is, we buy from people that we trust. We buy from people not only that we trust them as a human being, but we trust that they believe in what they have, but more importantly, they believe so much in who their clients are and who their future version of their clients with your solution is, that it's harming them. I really truly believe that the 1 million entrepreneurs that I want to reach this year, they absolutely need to train their brains to transform their business. It's not a catchy title. It is a fire inside of me. And I would say that developed over a year, 2 years worth of bringing my business online and failing, and then getting back up and learning and failing, and getting back up and learning and having a little success, but not as much as I want, and staying true to my word, even when I didn't feel like it, even when I was scared. Knowing how the brain rewires itself is an advantage for me. And that's the advantage I want you to have, because I want you to tap into what is naturally given to you so that you can really make a difference in the world. I'm a little bit on a soapbox today, but this self-leadership, it's not a small thing. But here's the thing. Most entrepreneurs, most people getting started won't slow down enough to speed up. We won't slow down enough. We feel like we've got to do the to-do list, right? We have to be moving. We have to be doing tech. I hear from a lot of clients, I'm tied up with the tech. I'm so busy doing lead pages, or I'm so busy putting websites together, and I'm so busy doing these things. And honestly, if you spent the same amount of energy being busy learning how to be in full leadership of yourself first, and then being able to transfer your vision to your team second, and then being able to transfer your vision to your clients next, then you have full 100% integrity with yourself. Your team captures your vision and it's bigger than you now, right? Because your team has it. Your team is pushing forward with you and not only sees the vision, but holds the vision. Do you see how it becomes not just you? It's outside of you. It's more than you. It's them. It's about them. It's about your team, and it's about your clients. That comes through self-leadership. That comes through that commitment to integrity, no matter what. Integrity to your word, integrity to your vision, and building the belief in yourself and in your vision. I think personally the best method to do that is through neurocoaching yourself, through the methodology of training your brain to transform not just your life and then your business and then everybody you come in contact with. And then it really does help your clients have faith in themselves through the faith you have in them, getting the transformation through your products and services. And it just isn't transferred any other way. You cannot out-market somebody's trust. You cannot out-sales letter somebody's trust. You can't, like air quoting around things there, but you can't do that. Like, where it comes from is this deep, authentic place that you have that means my solution for you is so important that I think it's so life-changing, and I believe so deeply in it that it has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you, your transformation, your life and business getting better. And that's the level of belief that comes from doing the hard work of self-leadership. Now, hard work, we have a weird definition of that as entrepreneurs, like almost like a badge of honor, like I work hard, so therefore I deserve it. I hate to break this to you. I'm saying this with all the love and energy I have to give to you. We don't deserve anything because we work hard. That is a lie that we were taught in our educational system. In our educational system, we worked hard and we got grades, right? And those grades gave us some type of idea that we deserved a grade. Well, the reality is, in the entrepreneur space, when you're solving problems for people, and you're doing gifts or business services and anything that's helping other people, their lives, their businesses becoming better, it really does come from this place of full and total belief, full and total self-leadership, self-governance. Then that transfers to your team, then that transfers to your clients. And then here's the greatest news, and this is exactly why self-leadership grows your business faster than any method out there. And I believe the brain-based approach to this is the fastest way and the key to getting this done in a way that's more permanent and not just constantly being on a treadmill, is the fact that you grow your business from the inside out. Your business takes on a life of its own because your belief in your vision and your mission really does start to impact people. And then the evidence of that comes from your clients, testimonials, those kind of things that starts to show evidence of the massive impact that you have. And then that takes a life of its own, as long as you stay in integrity to your self-leadership and fulfill on the mission and vision that you have offered to your clients. So, this is a little bit more of a softer topic in terms of brain rewiring and on today's brain break, but it really does, you cannot rewire your brain without self-leadership. It's a core element. A lot of people are asking me for the steps, and rewiring your brain, this brain neuro coaching methodology that I teach my clients and that I coach my clients with and I coach coaches with, this methodology only works if you apply it, and the only thing that makes you apply it is self-leadership. And that's why so many people, right? So many people, they'll do something out of willpower, which is a muscle, and it totally fails after a very short amount of time. So we try hard and we work hard, and then we get burnt out, and then we wonder why we're not succeeding. It's because you've got neural networks built that are taking you to a place that is not allowing it. And the way to build those neural networks is through a process of neurocoaching, I believe, and is truly the method, or the best way to get there, the fastest way to get there, is through a self-leadership that is strong. So I just want to encourage you today. I would love to know if what you've done for self-leadership. Are you at Epic Success Academy? Then you are absolutely working toward that self-leadership. That is one of my signature programs. What else have you done to work on your self-leadership? I would love to know. But really, I want to encourage you today to start this self-leadership journey with one simple, I always like giving one simple thing that you can apply today, because to me, that's what it's about. It's about that layering effect of habits, right? Layering effect of training your brain. So one filter question, you guys know I love my filter questions. So one filter question is this: when you say something, when you put something out there in the world that you say you're going to do you do it? So that's a binary thing, which I love. You guys know my left brain side of me, right? I love things that are a step by step, and I love things that are yeses and nos, because you know whether it's done or not. So binary means yes or no. So here's the thing: look at your calendar. Look at your calendar and let your yes be a yes and your no be a no. So if you find, and I did, I'll just be fully transparent, I found that I was over-promising and under-delivering right when I came online. That's just straight up honest. I wanted to do all the things all the time. I caught myself back up in that work hard mentality until I got my mentors and I checked myself. It's like, wait a minute, this does not work. I know this. And so the more we all start to really govern that what we say we're going to do, we do, helps you start to become the person that can train your brain. It really does help you stay in integrity to the best version of yourself. And the best version of yourself is the person that has that high vision, that biggest goal, that big dream. I would love for you to be brave and let me know what that big dream is, because I will hold space for that biggest dream for you. So love being with you today. Almost didn't get to come to Brain Break, so I'm glad I did. Staying in integrity to my word. Hey, and just so you know, those of you who coach people, so anybody who helps get transformation for other people, whether you're a life coach, a business coach, a nutrition coach, a life coach, a weight loss coach, anything like that, I am going to be offering for the first time an in-person certification for my neurocoaching model and methodology. We're going to do it here in San Diego. I'm only going to invite 25 people, and this is going to be pretty epic. You're going to get a level 1 certification of my neurocoaching methodology that will allow you to get transformation for your clients 100% of the time, because you are actually removing the networks that are keeping people held back, and you are hardwiring a success neural pathway and a very systematic step-by-step process that will allow you to get massive transformation for your coaches, for your clients, which will translate into more sales and killer testimonials and just people raving for you and never ever leaving you, because you know how to do that. So if that's something you're interested in, DM me your email address and I will get you on that list to get the application. It will be an invite only type of event. So I'm excited for those of you who are ready to take your coaching to the next level. And I just want to wrap up today by just encouraging you to really stay in integrity to what you're going to do. One of the things I do is I will look at my calendar at the end of the week and I will circle anything that I'm out of integrity in. And my goal is 0 circles. 0 circles. It's going to be an amazing certification. We've got a whole process that we're going to offer to the public in the future, but I want 25 amazing coaches to be able to apply it, and then I will be backing them up with helping them coach other people and really get the methodology down so that you can make massive transformations with your clients. Loved being with you today. Have a great day. Bye for now.